Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Mind and Soul. Today we'll be talking about blinded by anger. So what is blinded by anger? It's when you get really mad at something and you just end up doing something in that moment and potentially regretting it later on. So in many cases that has happened to me before, but I know this has happened to a lot of people I know as well. And I always tell them to think about the situation before actually reacting, but I know it's sometimes really hard because we're humans and we express our emotions quite differently depending on how the situation is. So I mean, there's quite a lot of examples like people expressing their anger and then end up losing friendship or potentially even hurting someone, which is kind of not what you want to do because you let rage took over you. So I'm just going to talk about some ways to actually prevent that from happening. So there's a couple of ways, well more than a couple of ways, there's quite a few ways to actually stop yourself from doing something silly or rash in that moment. One, this is my way, is sleep on it. So if something happens like that makes me angry, I just end up just going off like myself and then just have a good night sleep and just think about what happened, and afterwards I feel great. I mean, then I just realized that I made a small problem out of, well, a small problem to something more bigger than it's supposed to be. The other thing is talk about it with someone. Sometimes having someone there to actually see your situation can actually help you assess the situation, because your own feelings might be biased towards how you feel. So how you're feeling is angry, so you will feel angry towards the person and you're going to do something bad. But if you talk about it to someone else, they will probably look at it in a different way and diffuse that situation. So talk about it with someone is actually quite good to assist you. Another one is write down the problem. So if you write down the problem, it makes you think about the problem and it sort of helps you think if it's actually a larger problem than you think it is. Also, it helps get it out because if you write it down, you kind of express your feeling on pen and paper, and then you read it back and you're like, oh, I'm so glad I didn't do that. Because there's so many times where you kind of just wish that you didn't say or did that kind of thing in that moment because of anger took a hold of you. So just remember to think about this situation first. Don't do anything rash unless you feel like, well, just don't do anything rash, because if you do, you might regret it later on. Try and move away and then from a distance see what the problem is and see how you can actually fix it or assess the situation and move on. Well, that's really about it. It's just make sure you don't do anything rash and just talk about your problems, think about it, sleep on it, and that's really about it. Well, next week I won't be making a Mind and Soul video because I'll be going away for a couple of weeks, so I'll be making other videos so I can actually put them out while I'm gone. Hopefully Airfan will be doing the same as well because he's going away as well. Not on the same trip, but yeah. Well, thank you for watching guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye!